can look at while I'm on site. Good thing, just, it'll make the person go, oh, hey, kind of knows what he's talking about.
All right. So getting back to people that are coming onto the job and things that they can do to better themselves. What do you think is the one skill that's most critical for someone that's coming into security at an entry level? Let's say if they're gonna make a career out of it. This is gonna be their long-term thing. For whatever reason, they want to come in, and this is going to be a job that they're going to do full time.
The one skill. That's such a tough question, because there's so many skills that you want to show off. But the one I would, to answer the question with trying to fulfill what everybody out there is looking for, the one skill I would probably say is have integrity. Have dignity in what you're doing. Show interest, enthusiasm. You can tie all them into one skill by making an effort to want to be there, to learn. You have to learn new skills. You have to be willing to take criticism, accept criticism if you've done something wrong. You don't have to be berated or beat up or anything like that nature. You don't have to tolerate that. But you have to be willing to accept criticism to learn. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up to the point where you give up. Don't give up. Security industry can be tough. It can be grinding. It can be mentally disturbing. It can be hard on you because it's not a well-paid job usually in the beginning. You got to work your way up the ladder. So one skill, have determination to find different ways and willingness to learn the job skills, be good at them, and then let it be known to your bosses that, hey, I'm pretty good at what I do, because you show it every day that you work. Don't expect a pat on the back every day, but do well, and then ask for more. Be willing to move up that ladder slow but surely, and you can maybe get, you start letting that boss know, hey, I want to learn more, and that boss goes, hey, I got a person here I can work with. I can coach and develop, and that excites that boss if they're a good boss. So the one skill, determination to succeed, to take on and learn new skills. Don't be afraid of challenge. That's what I can really offer. The skills can be taught. The job duties, handling people, talking to people, things like that. You can't be a shut-in and not want to talk to people, or an introvert and expect to do well in security. You got to be able to talk to people and be talked to.
So would you say that's the best skill, like physical skill people can come to the job with, is the ability to talk to other people?
Yeah, thanks for clarifying all of what I just said. Yes.
But when it comes down to it, people ask all the time. They'll ask in the comments, and they'll send me emails and stuff, and they'll ask about what physical skills they should learn how to do. Yeah. And then when I tell them, you're coming to a job, you have to present yourself as a good employee.
Yes.
They go, well, but what can I buy? What can I learn? What skill set do I need? And all this stuff. And I teach a lot of skill sets because I think there's a lot of people out there that aren't getting those skill sets from their companies. There's a lot of people out there that aren't getting that skill sets from government agencies.
Yes.
That they're not, the training is never coming to some people.
Right.
But when you're applying for the job and you're coming into it, you need to present yourself as a good employee, and the skill set that is critical for every aspect of public safety, whether it's a firefighter or someone working in EMS, or you want to be a federal agent or a street cop, or you want to be a security guard, or you want to work security at a nuclear plant, whatever they're calling those guys now.
Yeah.
Like the security, the nuclear SWAT teams or whatever. Like, they all have to talk to people. Yes. They have to talk to each other over a radio. They have to talk to people face to face. They have to be able to elicit information from people in a legal way.
Yes.
Elicit information from people,
Yeah,
and they need to know the limitations. They have to be able to. It's a thinking man's sport.
Yes.
Doing public safety, and you need people that are going to come to the job thinking and being able to articulate themselves, and then be able to elicit conversation from other people.
Yeah, it's not a brute It's not a brute force many years ago. If you were big and bad, that meant something. Now it's intelligence, and yeah, he cleared up all my rambling on. Yeah, determination to learn how to speak to people of all types and sizes, and being able to listen to people and understand what they're saying or asking, because they may be asking for help without asking for help, to recognize that, you know, you're there for them. And also, we didn't bring it up, but being able to talk to people and asking them to do things that they don't want to do. Enforcing rules and regulations and laws. As a security officer, you're put in that situation oftentimes by the client you're servicing, the business. You can't allow somebody in. You can't allow somebody to leave. You can't. You're asked to do things. They can't wear a certain item. They can't bring in certain items. Go to a stadium. You can't bring certain items to a ball game. You're checked at the door. They tell you they can't. Their signage is up. They're posted. But those security officers that are there, whether they're plainclothes cops, off-duty cops, or security guards for a company, they have to enforce those rules. So you have to be able to talk to people with respect, dignity, and let them know that you are there to enforce rules and hold the people accountable.
And it's always easier to talk people into doing what you want than enforcing them.
Absolutely, than forcing them. Oh, amen.
I mean, we can force people to do stuff, but if you make a regular habit of doing that, I mean, not only is that a liability problem, but you're not gonna make a 20, 30-year career.
You're gonna have a real short career.
Yeah, you're gonna get hurt. You get hurt, and you're gonna end up being the guy doing data entry that's got 2 broken legs.
Or you're gonna get your partners hurt.
Yeah.
And
make a bad name for yourself.
Yeah, and then you're not wanted. So yeah, be willing to talk to people. That's a great skill. Thank you for clearing that up.
So what can people expect? And I know that you might not have a lot of experience in rural USA with it, but we all know that the jobs start at pretty much whatever your minimum wage is going to be for the state and the area that you're at. But where there's this impression that people have that security guards are always underpaid. That it's not a job that you can really make a career from. And maybe as the guy walking around a mall whose only job is walking around a mall, that's not something you can make a career of. Or the person whose only job is watching cameras in the store, that's not something you can make a career of. But there actually is ways to make a career. There's routes to make private security a career, and this is somebody that's done it. I mean, this is his house. We're in his house, and it's a nice place. I'll do some shots of it around later and put it on Instagram. But this is his house. It's a nice place. Like he makes a good living for himself in the Chicagoland area, being the director of security for several malls. Like, where's the top out where you can get in salary in this area that you're aware of while you're still interacting with people? So the guy that's not sitting behind a desk, somebody that's interacting with people, still on the floor while being a supervisor for a site.
Well, oh man, you can.
What's been your experience with it?
Well, my experience.
I'd like to thank all the Patreon supporters, and especially the shift supervisor level Patreon supporters that we have listed here. Your contributions are what allows free field training to continue on and become better. Thank you.